Alright, today I want to talk about the pure gamine. I know that Kibi has eliminated the pure types. However, I feel if we are going to add a modifier to a type, there has to be a main type that we're basing a soft or a more flamboyant type on. They have to come from somewhere. So I am of the argument that they do exist, and in McJimsy's world they did. So we're going to operate on that. We can't just decide they don't exist. They're there, they were identified, and they were slightly different. And we're going to look at that body type. For anybody who feels that they might fit into this body type, Kibi probably puts these women into the flamboyant gamine category, but they're different. And so I think it's important that if you feel you belong here, there are slightly different recs, and it would be nice to, know those to adapt the different ones to your to yourself. All right, let's review. Gamines that are pure are petite, straight, sharp, and narrow. Yin in size with full yin rounded facial features with sharp yang bone structure and taut yang flesh. These ladies are small and narrow, and they do have angularity and sharpness. They are not going to look like a more natural build. They are going to be narrow and sharp and look more like a dramatic type on a smaller scale rather than looking more like the natural yang, if that makes sense. So their yang is the pure dramatic sharp yang. All right. Coming over here, these are some examples of some ladies who are pure gamines. And I am going to go ahead and just draw their lines for you, just so you can see the outline and see if you can see it and see similarities within them. If I look here, I don't remember everybody's name. This is Heather Locklear. I have one picture of every lady, but I did go through and make sure that even if they were leaning in their straight photos, it showed the same thing. I just thought it gave a better example in these photos. So you can see her hip is very angular here, like this. So it's a straight hip rather than any curve. You will notice that these women have high amounts of what we call yang curve. They do have a curviness to them. It's just the yang curve. And then here it's just very narrow. It's not that width. It's very kind of straight in this area. Their bust doesn't come out. She is leaning, so her shoulders don't show that what they are, but they're narrow. I'll come over here. She's just very small. You can see that sharpness. Pat Benatar also shows great, very angular, narrow, small, petite. These women are all like 5'3", 5'2", 5'3". And then you see their shoulders are kind of small but angular, narrow, small. And then the face is yang in bone structure. Do you see that? But yin, features. Excuse me. Again, angular, super angular here. Just that. And I know she's sitting, but I thought this was a great example. Better than even the bathing suit one of her, because it showed and it wasn't at a different angle. So you can see they all have this same shape to them. This woman, Mia Farrow, I think, she has some weight gain here, and I wanted to show you yang weight gain and yang flesh from the front. This is the same photo, one from the side. That's yang weight gain, that tautness, and I do have an example on the next slide to show you the difference in the yang tautness and the yin tautness, or in the yin fleshiness as they gain weight. But you can see that same shape there. Even in this, it's very angular. But we'll come over here, angular, shoulders, taut, straight, hip, and torso, narrow. Narrow is the key. There's no width there like that soft gamine almost perceived width, where they feel like they have width. These women do not feel like they have width. They feel super narrow. All right. I thought this was a great example of the curve you see in these women, because it's that sharp angle and how it comes together. And then the long hip, straight hip, it really, because it's an oval, it looks really very curved. But it's not. It's long, straight oval, but short bones. Very, short bones. Short bones. Short bones. There's no length there, so that's how you know that they're not a dramatic type. But there's angularity in them, like, again, angularity. This is kind of hidden a little bit in the softness of the dress. However, other photos show the same angularity. So, and then the shoulders are angular. You see, they all have this same shape. I just keep doing it so you can see how very similar they are. And then, of course, they do appear to have a little bit of curve. Even this woman here, what's her? I forget her name. She has a lot of curve in a lot of her pictures. And I was like, dang, she's pretty curvy. Here you go. This shows it again. But it's that yang curve. She has muscle right here. Yang curve. Very angular, sharp through here, straight. Even if they're busty, it stays within here. All right? And then angular. It's very angular. Last one. I just think this is great to show you. And then just tautness in the leg. But angular again. Same over and over. I hope you can see, that same shape over and over again. Even here, like the bust stays within. Now that's a side view, so it's kind of over. But the bust does stay within. And then coming over, oops, I want to show you the next side. This is that same woman, Mia Farrow. And then I have Selena Gomez, who has yin weight gain. And then so it's fleshiness. And then, which she's not big, she just has some weight gain. So, like, I wanted to show some weight gain. Just like this woman is not big. Like, from the front, they don't look big at all. They just have a little bit of extra and the tautness. So, if you look here, how you can tell. And now, everybody who gains is going to look different. This is one example of taut versus soft and how it is. Even though they have a similar amount of weight gain, hers stays pretty, oops, I don't like this one, pretty tight within here. There's a distinct line here, and you can see the flesh is tight. Like, even though there's weight gain, it remains tight in this area. Where Selena does not keep that tightness. She has a roll, and a roll, she is going to squish when she sits. This person might have like a roll, but it might roll like maybe down here and maybe here a little bit. She's going to have several little rolls coming through here, 3 or 4 little rolls. She's just overall like softer and squishier looking if you look at them. Just squishier within here than in here. Like, you can see, hopefully, that there's more tightness in this person's flesh, because yang flesh is tighter and yin flesh is softer and squishier. And then last but not least, let's compare the Flamboyant Gamine, the soft gamine and the gamine body, all three together. I'm going to turn it sideways so we can see. Oh, maybe not, because that didn't work. So as you can see, you know, the pure gamine, the sharp and narrowness, sharp, sharp, sharp. It's not right on it. I want to get right on it. Sharp, sharp. We know their shoulders. We're just going to do this because we know her shoulders are sharp. They are like sharpness, okay? And then the soft gamine, same figure, right? Sharp. They can be in the other way too, but sharpness, right? And then on top of that, let's get a color that'll stand out. Let's do green. There we go. Flesh on top of that. Softness on top of that. Just softer overall. Softness on top of that. There's just softness within her body. So slightly softer. I'm going to undo it so you can see them without it. But I do want you to see that's that same frame with softness on top. So you can see she's just fleshier, more full. And then you come over to the Flamboyant Gamine, Lucy Lou, and you see for her much more straight in this area than angular. A little bit straighter. And then just straighter. There's some length in this area. And then also in the leg area, they have elongated legs and elongated arms. But they're still, that's in proportion to the body, which is very short. And then they're going to have long arms that come down a little further. And the bones are still going to be short. And they can be angular or a little bit more wide. But they will have short bones with longer arms and legs, where short arms and legs, and again, short bones. Hers come here. A Flamboyant Gamine's might come down to like here. And the legs will be longer. All right, I hope that helps you in differentiating between the three types. I do think there's a big difference and that there is a place for the pure gamine. So comment in the comments if you think you might be the pure gamine.